Hello Stamper, welcome to French's video. I'm France Martin, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. And today I'm going to show you how to do a Z fold card but with a flap. And this hold it there, and when you open it up, voila. So let's get started. I changed the color a little bit. We're using the same designer series paper that's Falling in Love. And for the base card, we need a piece that measures 11 long by 4 1/4. And we're going to score this at 2 3/4. So we're going to put that right there, score that at 2 3/4. Move this here a bit. Here we go. And then 5 1/2. So that's our main card. Now for the flap, this measure 7 1/2 by 3/4, 3 3/4, and we're going to score at 3 3/4. And now we get our flap. Now you're going to need two pieces for the inside that measure 3 5/8 by 3 5/8, and the one at the top, because I'm going to have another layer for it. Okay, when it's smaller, let me double check. Okay, I should have 3 pieces that measure 3 by 3 1/2 by 3 1/2. Okay, I get 3 1/2 there. This is not right. Okay, let's try this back here. So 3 1/2. Well, first I need, okay, we're going to need 3 that measure 3 5/8 by 3 5/8. So 3 5/8 by 3 5/8. You need 3 of them. I think, okay, I got 3 of them. The next one, this is for the one we're going to stamp on. It's 3 1/2 by 3 1/2. So just make sure, because I'm going to layer with white. So, but we're going to stamp on white. And I'm using the heavy white cardstock. The reason why, it's because I'm going to watercolor a bit. So now I'm going to use a piece of scrap paper. And we're going to use the stamp set. I missed a few things, right? We're using the new stamp set, the Easter one. I wanted to say Christmas. It's Easter Message. That's the one we're using. I pre-stamp on a piece of Post-it note, and I cut that out for my mask. And to speed it up, what I done, I just cut right here, took that piece out, took that piece out. So first thing we want to do is stamp our cross on, again, the piece of paper we're stamping on, it's the 3 1/2 by 3 1/2. And we're going to stamp our cross. We don't have much spare room, so just pay attention to the bottom. Voila. Now, we're going to cover this here. We need to mask this to do our background. So match that the best that you can. That's pretty good. Now the other one, what I done, I took this one here, and I think the grass, it's a little bit too dark. I had just dragged my ink pad on it. This one we're going to sponge. So I'm going to take this and I'm just going to sponge down. And see, I'm not putting a line at the top. Usually, you know, I would put a line. I don't want a very straight line because I want it to look like grass. And I think this is going to do the trick here. Now, turn this around. I like to work going down. We're going to use, I'm still going to need that. We're going to use Soft Sky. And again, And this here you can tap too. See? Tap, tap. And this one's going to be a little bit lighter. The reason it's, I got white for my base, and the other one I had Very Vanilla. I don't know why I started with Very Vanilla. I think I was looking at the designer series paper. See, this one I just tapped for my, and you can push a little bit. Beautiful morning for the sunrise here. Make sure I get in the, oh, love this, much, much better. Now I'm using the stamp set Sheltering Tree. And for the sheltering tree, I'm just using the little bitty grass there. So we're going to use Pear Pizzazz on Pear Pizzazz, and just do, and you want some to go over. Oops. I want different color too. I don't want all the same color. So that's why I keep on stamping. You know, so it's like stamp off. You don't want to put it all lined up perfectly, because after all, it's grass. Grass start to get long. Here we go. So now we got a perfect background for our grass. The next step, I'm using, wherever you go, this is a stamp set for the sun that I use a lot. And I think that's make a great sunrise. So I'm using So Saffron. One thing I want to make sure, yes, I get all that ink there. Let me grab a rag. I just ring my ink pad, so I have to be careful. If you just ring your ink pad, just be very careful, or you can trim that better. Here we go. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to keep this down. Put my sunrise right here. Give a good impression. Et voila. Now I can remove this. Okay, here I want a little bit of yellow through the thing. So if that happens, you don't have enough yellow, take your So Saffron marker. Here we go. And then you can add a little bit. Because if you look at the stamp set, you see here it's not lined. It's like the sun completely. So that's why I wanted more yellow over here. Here we go. Maybe a little bit here. Voila. Now we're going to color the scarf and the cross. So the cross, I use, whoops, it's alive. I use the crumb cake, and I just did a little bit here. Don't worry how it looks, because we're going to come back. Here we go. And this here I'm going to go darker. Okay, now you're going to take your aqua painter. You don't want a lot of water, but a little bit. Oops, I need my ink pad. Here it is. Just take a little bit, and now we're going to fill this. And with the heavy white cardstock, it's much easier than the regular white cardstock, because the regular white cardstock, if you want a watercolor, it almost go through it right away. So this one, it's easier. So I just add a little bit to give some different color in the wood, because I didn't want to color it all with the marker. gonna blend this. And I like to do the cross first, so then if a bit went on the scarf, I can fix it when I'm going to come and color the scarf. Here we go. That's look pretty good. Now we're going to take Wisteria Wonder and we're going to color the scarf, but I didn't color everything. I just color where it's highlighted a bit. You know, the line, the artist already did the work pretty much for us. Here we go. And just add where you want to have a little bit darker. Like here I want it darker because I had a bit of the wood. That looked pretty good. Now I'm going to take the ink pad. I cannot believe I forgot that ink pad too. And we're gonna, again with your aqua painter, we're gonna color this here. And you want to have really different tone in the scarf because you see it's wrap around, so you want to show a bit of dimension. So you want to keep a little bit of white, so you don't want all the same color, so it look more like a fabric. And I could spend a lot of time and do shading and that, but I'm not the one to do much of the fuss coloring. Here in the center, it's all bundled up. It should be a bit darker though. Here we go. See all the different color there? That is it pretty much, my friends. See, it was not bad at all. Here we go. We're going to call it good for now. And now for our greeting. Okay, let's remove a bit of our mess here. Okay, let's start to build our card and then we're going to be able to do our greeting. So this is the card that we pre-score. And this is important that you really reinforce your score line. Oops, don't want to fold that one. The reason is because we want to keep it closed good. You know, when it closes, you don't want it to pop too much open. So I get the designer paper. It's the same than the other one, but a different print. Again, it's Falling in Love. You're going to need two that measure, I got my measurement here, that measure 4 1/8 by 2 3/8. We're going to glue this. Here we go. I thought this color would, this print was great for Easter, like it's back alive. The bokeh design. Okay, now for the inside here, what we need a piece that measures 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. But before we glue it down, we're going to take the greeting here. E is not here. E is risen. And I need my, I just got a little bit of a mess here. Here we go. I'm using the StazOn. And you don't want to put too much on the side, but you want to put it that it's going to cover. So I'm going to come right here. That should do it. And then we're going to use the decorative label punch. And the reason why I do this, it's because it saved me the paper instead of using another piece. This is important that you try to center that completely, because we're going to do some trimming here. This looked pretty good to me. Okay, now we can take this piece and glue this there. And the opening needs to be on your right side. That's going to come right here. Now the piece that we, let's finish our punch here. Okay, what we're going to do is take our scissors here, and we're going to cut this part only. So go where it curves here to the curve above, and cut that straight like this, and here also. So now you get a different shape. Now take a piece of white cardstock, and we're going to add another label punch, and we're going to glue this on top of this. This thing is just bugging me here. Can I remove it? Here we go. Much better. And we're going to put this at the top. So this should match perfectly fine because it's the same punch. We just want to keep the flap on each side. We get that done. Now we're going to take one of the 3 5/8 by 3 5/8, and we're going to mount that at top of that. It's just to give a little border. So we're going to mount that on top. So you just get it like one of a 16-inch border. Okay, let's take our flap here. We're going to fold this in two because we already pre-score it. Now here, what we're going to do is stamp the flower that come with the stamp set. Oh, I thought I forgot that too. I was ready to give up here. So what I done, one I did right on the side here, like this, and the other one, I just did on the side, just at the bottom here. Voila. So now what I done, I colored this with the markers that I use all the marker, and I didn't fuss with it. I just colored everything in Daffodil Delight and So Saffron. I had a little bit of both. And then after just the flower, I used the Wink of Stella. So you see I would color all this. I won't make you wait that I color all this. And here I went darker. And then for the stem, oops, not this one. For the stem, I used Pure Pizzazz. And I didn't fuss, like I said, I just went and here we go. So I'm going to do one, so you're going to see the other one. It's done the same way. And we don't have the whole thing on the other one. I just did partial of it. So then you're going to have a good clue how it... Here we go. See, very, very simple. Okay, and then I used the Wink of Stella and did my flower. And that the Wink of Stella, you don't see much on the camera, but it adds so much. And plus it blends the color very lovely also. Okay, this here. This is the trick here. It's kind of tricky. So usually, you know, it opened this way. Well, this one you want it to open the reverse way because it's going to be the flat. So your opening need to be on the left. We're going to do the front. So you want to put that right here. You just get a little border. Now you're going to open it up, and I'm going to put the tall one on the right. And then I got the Happy Easter that I'm going to put on the left. And that I stamped that in Wisteria Wonder. So I'm going to take this. Voila. Now, see, it look reversed, right? Put your snail in the back, or tumble, or fast fuse. Usually I work with fast fuse. Today, for some reason, I'm not. Close this, and it don't matter how deep you're going to put it. Just line it up the way you want it. I try to put the same proportion here and there. That seemed, yeah, I was right. It did seem crooked, and it is crooked. Let me, here we go. That seemed better. And now it's full. Now this though, for our tap, we need to use dimensional, because we need something raised up to catch there. You don't want dimensional on this side, just on this side. So I put one there and one there. I put it diagonal a bit. And all the measurements going to be on my blog. Just above, you're going to see the little icon eye. Just click on that. It's going to bring you right at the correct post. This is going to come right here. Oh, I love these color much better. Much, much better. I mean, they're both the same paper. It's just this is more alive. See? So this is it, my friend. How simple. So you get the sunrise for Easter morning, and voila. So I'm going to finish coloring this. Both pictures going to be on my blog with all the measurement and all the supplies list. So just visit my blog at FrenchieStamps.com. In the description below, you get the link, or above. Thank you so much, and have a lovely day, my friend. Bye-bye for now.